This is entertainment from bbclearningenglish.com and I'm Yvonne Archer. Hello. Well, pop star Britney Spears has hit the headlines again, but not necessarily for the right reason. As you've probably heard, she's having some troubled times. She's separated from her husband, she's raising their two small children on her own, and even her music career is in question.
BBC Learning English. Everyday English, every day.
Most recently, Britney decided to go into or check into a rehabilitation clinic, usually shortened to rehab. But just 24 hours after checking into rehab, Britney checked back out. Well, the next public sighting of Britney was at Esther Tognosi's hairdressing salon. But what kind of hairstyle did Britney want? Try to work that out from Esther's account.
I said, well, I'm not shaving your hair off, and I tried to talk her out of it. I said, are you sure you're not having a bad day and tomorrow you'll feel differently about it? Why don't we wait a little bit? She said, no, I absolutely want it shaved off now.
Britney Spears wanted all her hair shaved off, but Esther didn't want to do it. As we heard, she tried to talk Britney out of it. She tried to persuade Britney not to shave off her hair. But as we all know, trying to talk someone out of something, an action or an idea, isn't always easy. Now, as we hear the rest of that story, try to catch what Esther said to Britney to try to talk her out of having her head shaved, and try to find out who shaved off Britney's hair in the end.
I said, well, I'm not shaving your hair off, and I tried to talk her out of it. I said, are you sure you're not having a bad day and tomorrow you'll feel differently about it? Why don't we wait a little bit? She said, no, I absolutely want it shaved off now. And as I was talking to her bodyguard, next thing I know, she grabbed the buzzer and she went to the back of my salon and she was shaving off her own hair, and she actually enjoyed shaving off her own hair.
Esther asked Britney whether she was having a bad day, because sometimes people make bad decisions when they're in a bad mood or they're worrying about too many things. Esther also asked Britney whether she might feel differently about having her hair shaved off the next day, whether she might change her mind. But Britney's use of the word absolutely told Esther that she'd already made up her mind. She was going to stick to her decision.
She said, no, I absolutely want it shaved off now.
And because Esther wouldn't shave Britney's hair off, Britney grabbed the buzzer, the shears or the shaver, and did it herself. She'd absolutely made up her mind. Now we can even use the word absolutely on its own to show that our decision or our word is final. For example, if I ask, do you enjoy programs from bbclearningenglish.com? You might reply, absolutely.
BBC Learning English. Everyday English, every day.
By the way, did you notice Esther's style of storytelling? It's one that you might like to try out yourself after today's entertainment, because it's fairly simple to use. Esther used a lot of the simple past. For example, I said, she said, and then I said. Esther also used the present tense during her quotes, even though she was quoting from what had been said in the past. For example, I said, can you wait until tomorrow? And she said, no, I can't. Here's another chance to check out Esther's storytelling technique.
I said, well, I'm not shaving your hair off, and I tried to talk her out of it. I said, are you sure you're not having a bad day and tomorrow you'll feel differently about it? Why don't we wait a little bit? She said, no, I absolutely want it shaved off now.
Well, as for public opinion, many people are saying that Britney's shaved head doesn't suit her. It looks horrible. While the media are wondering whether she did it as a publicity stunt to draw more attention to herself because her music career isn't doing well at the moment. Here's what Dean Piper has to say. He's from Closer Mag, a sort of celebrity gossip magazine.
I mean, Britney in particular is turning into a car crash soap opera. You know, this is the latest in a long line of stuff. You know, we've seen her outfits change. The motherhood's gone to the back page. She's going out clubbing with the likes of Paris Hilton.
As Dean put it, Britney's turning into a car crash soap opera. So there's always something tragic or controversial going on in her life, just like in a soap opera. And sadly, as with a car crash, the public and the media just can't resist watching to find out what the next tragedy will be or what bad decision Britney Spears will make next. You've been listening to Entertainment from bbclearningenglish.com, where we hope that Britney will soon be back in the news headlines for all the right reasons, her hit songs. Goodbye.